Hey YouTube, a warm welcome to everyone. Controversial Marek here, Friday evening. There's nothing better than recording an update for you guys. So let's get straight to the point. First of all, this is not investment advice. This is just my personal opinion. If you want advice, go somewhere else. And now, let's get down to business. My dear friends, regarding what happened with Bitcoin last night, Asia pushed the price down. To put it quite briefly, you could certainly say there was a noticeable mini panic sell that occurred in Asia, causing some immediate concern. Because if you look at the H4 candles, you can see a massive absorption of all those wicks. However, I was expecting this. I did a Zoom call about this on Monday for my community, which I warmly invite you to join. You'll find the link in the description below the video, and I mentioned that I was expecting an entry on the D1 chart. It's already looking very nice, but I'll explain that in detail in a moment. I'm expecting an entry into this fair value gap that formed here on this candlestick from the 10th of July. And that's exactly what happened. Here we had an accumulation zone, we have manipulation, most likely we'll see a distribution to the upside. I know my competition is slowly starting to play short, so be careful not to get your asses blown to the moon. Why? Because most likely from this spot, we're going to rocket straight up. That's just my personal opinion. And now, this whole zone for me, I don't know if that was already the bottom. However, this whole zone for me is a good place to look for a structure for a move upwards. And now, could this be the bottom? Yes, absolutely. A similar situation. Here you go. A similar situation happened, just so I'm not lying to you, right? Here, take a look. We had a drop, boom, and immediately a pullback to a higher high. And it wasn't just any pullback, because in fact, counting from the fair value gap, we made 10%. So now if you were to make 10% from this D1 fair value gap, then either way, no matter how you look at it, we're pushing towards the new high, which is around, let's say, 130,000. That's what I'll personally be trading for now. So we're really in a great spot right now to see a reaction. Furthermore, why do I say it looks good on the D1? Because we've come back to the M. So you could say the second M was a bit of a manipulation. We dropped down, did what we had to do, came down here to the fair value gap, and now we're starting to pull the price back up. As for Ether, Ether is holding up very nicely. The first MK is protecting Ether for us. I marked out this zone during Monday's Zoom call as well, so my whole community saw it. I expected a drop to this zone, which is why we're trading along from the very bottom. I intend to hold this long position through the upcoming dates on Ether. This is a kind of swing trade. And besides that, we also took some short trades today, which worked out nicely, so I'm satisfied. And now, how do I see things going forward, my friends? The way I see it, it's an unusual situation when gold is tanking, crypto is tanking, but the indexes are doing their own thing and actually doing pretty well. So for me, that's a clear Singhi. Hello, ¿qué pasa, my dear mi amigo? Crypto is simply having a temporary correction. So personally, I'm holding longs both on Bitcoin and on Ether. I entered Bitcoin at exactly 117k. I know that some people here were shorting and so on. Well, in general, we'll see. The market will decide who was right and who wasn't. It's possible that I'm wrong. That's not out of the question. But if you've been following me, you know I don't talk nonsense and I always say exactly what I'm trading. So listen, when it comes to Ether, yesterday I did a Zoom call at 8 for my community and I said we could expect a bit of consolidation, although I'll be honest, yesterday we caught such an awesome long and I'm just so bummed that we got stopped out. Seriously, I'll show you, because the entry on that position was really phenomenal. Wait, this is Friday. This is all Friday, right? Or this is the M5. This is all Friday. Here we have Wednesday, Thursday, and it was right here. Look, after this whole structure here, we positioned ourselves, boom, the same situation as we just had on Bitcoin breakout. There was a nice breakout. And honestly, I thought we would go for a higher high, but nope, we messed it up, went straight into the candle, and boom, it crashed. So clearly it was being traded lower lows. They wanted to trade for lower lows, but we didn't get it. Instead, we got another breakout from here up to 3,740, after which America pushed the price down again, just so now we can take a bit of a breather. So what can I tell you, my friends? All I can really say is that, to me, this all looks like the usual game of screwing over suckers and looking for chumps in this market. And honestly, I expect an increase any moment now. Any moment now, I expect the price to go up. I've loaded up on Ethereum long, and I've loaded up on Bitcoin long as well. As for altcoins, I'm still holding off for now, but Litecoin is somewhere on my radar. Arbitrum, honestly, I added a bit to my spot holdings. I also added some Link to my spot holdings. Link looks really good for a long position. Link looks good. Nero. Nero also looks really good for a long position. You can set tight stop losses everywhere here. Bitcoin dominance, take a look at the M30, but let's actually check the H4 time frame. Even though it took a drop, the alts got wrecked because Bitcoin got wrecked. So honestly, there's not much more to say here. What happened happened, so why keep digging into it? I hope this dominance will keep dropping, will go even lower because there's still room for it to fall, right? Let's take a look at the D1 time frame. So this dominance really has room to drop, so I hope that somewhere, well, here it was as obvious as taking a dump that there would be a reaction from this point, right? But I actually do expect it. Look, yesterday we already had some damping on the M1, and today too is basically just some minor moves, to put it that way. However, I expect it to eventually drop down to this yellow zone, at least at first, and then we'll see what happens next. So I hope that these altcoins will actually start heating up and start exploding. And now, listen closely. When I observe now, listen intently. All these so-called financial gurus and self-proclaimed experts on YouTube who are actively scaring people and emphatically stating, oh Jesus, these altcoins, man, damn, we're getting completely out of the market already, and so on and so forth. What the hell are you talking about? People, what are you saying? That Q3, Q4, it's all over soon. It hasn't even fucking started yet. Listen, nothing has started here yet. This is Bitcoin's bull run, and only now is capital slowly starting to flow into Ethereum. Slowly, because what Ether has done so far is nothing. Ether still hasn't done anything yet. Okay, let me remind you. Here is its current ATH, the previous high from the cycle. Meanwhile, here is Bitcoin's previous high from the cycle, so I wanted to show what Bitcoin has done and what Ether still hasn't done. Okay, so in my opinion, Ether should be about to launch like a rocket any moment now. Considering that, my friends, just look at how nicely the weekly chart has been pulled up. Oh, and once again, we have a little gap left. We'll probably come back to it again and then shoot upwards. Take a look. What's ultra interesting to me is that from a daily perspective, it's actually very clear that firstly, they don't want to drop it. Secondly, we're consolidating. We're starting to consolidate. But thirdly, listen to the fuck up, people. Hello, ¿qué pasa, mi amigo? Take a look. The moment we approached the 4K zone, a lot of people were expecting shorts, and right here, a very, 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 very large number of short positions started to open, most likely with stop losses around here. So probably when they saw that we were starting to drop faster, because after all, Ether made about a 10% correction or 9.5%. So when they saw that we were starting to drop, they immediately started opening positions on the spot right away. Yes, we had a depth test, strong buying. Okay, boom, they dumped it, but they don't want to let it go any lower. They simply don't want to. So now shorters who were in from here are loading up, but some will also wait either to average in here or to open new positions. However, big leverage positions are loading up now, and analogically, the situation should look like this. If these people have their stop losses somewhere around here, then from here we should get a boom, a rocket that just blows them all out into space and wipes out their deposits. Yes, that's how I see it. That's how I would play it, and that's what I'm trading for. Will I be right? I don't know. I suspect I will, but I don't know because it's all up to the market. Nevertheless, for now, I'm just holding, and for me, the first reasonable target is to grab the liquidity from those highs. Okay, that's the first priority. And the second priority is the ATH, which is 4,800 and some change, 4,880. It depends on the exchange. Here it will be 4,870 and a bit. However, either way, I'm setting my target at 4,800. That's my total take profit. How much further will we go on leverage? I couldn't give a damn anymore. I'm only interested in spot trading, nothing else. Later on, with spot trading, I'm aiming for valuations that are much, 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 much higher than 10 times what they are now, but from a long-term perspective. So not in terms of 1, 2, 3, or 5 years, but rather looking at a 10-year horizon. That's how I see it. Although, if a lot of big capital from Wall Street comes in, it might even be possible to achieve that within just a few years. But listen, let's cut the bullshit. Do I think the bull market is about to end? Do I think altcoins are going to skyrocket? Yes. Do I think Ethereum is going to go to the moon? Yes. and I'm not hiding it. I believed that for a long time. Honestly, even back when we were trying to break through here, I was already trading in this spot, expecting that we'd hit that high. Okay, we got rejected, fine. I flipped my position on that candle, traded shorts all the way down, traded shorts from here, traded along. I got stopped out because my stop was at 98,400 and they stopped me out at 198. They dropped by 150, but here I traded longs for the whole move, and from here I started shorting. I also tried shorting from here, and now I'm trading longs all the time. Locally on Ethereum, I caught maybe 2 shorts, one on Bitcoin, but I don't really dwell on that because now, look, on the H4, we still have a problem with my yellow level. We've started consolidating. At first, we were consolidating here between the white and the yellow, and now we're expanding the consolidation zone here. Okay? And look, every move, every candle here can be traded. This is exactly the huge advantage of trading futures with leverage. That's the big advantage of futures. You can trade every single candle. And if you want to learn how to do this, if you want to find out how to do it, if you want to know why there's a damn fair value gap here, why did the controversial Marek trade from right here? Why exactly here? 115, 200. I talked about this on yesterday's Zoom. I've got everything fucking recorded. Why did I add a big long position right here? Why without a stop loss? Because I knew that in this kind of situation, they have to react at this level. Do they have to? They don't have to, but 99.90% of the time they will react. Simple as taking a shit. And now trading is simple. If you want to learn 2 steps for 200 zlotys, you can join the paid group on Fire. First, you can open an account using my referral on BitGet. And then there are those Bybits, KuCoins, Max, Sexies, OXCs, Pixies. Well, for now, we'll pass on that. All right, here we'll rather focus on what's first. First of all, what's it called with this Mika? Well, they run everything legally, right? Of course, Bybit also now has a Mika license. They have permission for Bybit EU, but they don't have leverage. And here, there's still a lot of leverage. There's USDT. Nothing changes with that. It's nice and stable. The security is very good. There's great liquidity, great people, a great technical team, great support. So that's why I trade on BitGet and I really like it. As you can see, most of the pairs I try to chart on BitGet because that's where I trade. And to be honest, I can't complain. So first you create an account on BitGet. That's the first step. Second, you complete the KYC process. Third, you go to the bot on Telegram. Link to the free group is in the description below the video and you click to join. There, you enter your address, your BitGet user number, and for 200 zlotys, you can join the Fire crew. Just a reminder, starting from the 1st of August, which is in 6 days, the price goes back to the regular rate, which is 738 zlotys. It was supposed to last until the 1st of September, but honestly, I get the feeling that people don't give a damn about my goodwill, so I don't give a damn that someone doesn't care about me, and just going back to the old price sooner. So if any of you want to take advantage of this, you're more than welcome. And if you just want to keep watching my updates and ramblings on YouTube, then please subscribe. Please leave a like and a comment. I won't beg, but you can simply leave a trace behind so that this channel can grow because it's developing slowly. And there's really a lot of content here and a lot of value as well, truly a great deal. Thank you so much, my dear friends. I bow to you. Until next time. Tomorrow there will be an awesome video about metal and value, so I strongly encourage you to watch it as well. In the meantime, see you.